Greetings, my dear listener. Today I will tell you about an incredible and large earthquake. I wish you a pleasant viewing. The Izmit earthquake occurred on August 17, 1999 near the Turkish city of Izmit, 90 kilometers south of Istanbul. It started around 3 o'clock in the morning, and 150 aftershocks occurred in 45 seconds after the main shock. The earthquake was located at a depth of 17 kilometers, and its magnitude was 7.6 on the Richter scale. Seismic fluctuations were felt at a distance of up to 450 kilometers from the epicenter, in an area with a population of about 18 million people. Please like this video and subscribe to this new channel, and you will see many more interesting and useful things. The length of the tectonic rupture was 150 kilometers, stretching from the city of Duzzi towards the Sea of Marmara. As a result of the earthquake, a tsunami appeared in the Sea of Marmara. The wave height reached 3 meters. According to official data, the number of victims was 17,217 dead and 43,959 injured. About 600,000 people were left homeless. The damage caused by the earthquake, according to initial estimates, exceeded $25 billion. But later the amount was adjusted by another 5-7 billion upward. According to official data, the number of victims was 17,217 dead and 43,959 injured. But many sources cite the following data: about 40,000 dead and about the same number of injured. The corpses of people were buried urgently in mass graves to prevent the spread of diseases. The earthquake caused serious damage to the Turkish economy, as about 120,000 buildings could not be restored, 50,000 were seriously damaged, about 2,000 buildings collapsed, several factories were destroyed, and a fire broke out at a local oil refinery. It took several days to eliminate it. Power and communication lines were almost destroyed in the city, and water supply lines were seriously damaged. The damage was estimated at $25 billion. The North Anatolian Fault Zone, in which the earthquake occurred, is a 1,200 kilometers long right-sided shear zone stretching from the Saros Bay to the Charles Sea, which formed about 13-11 million years ago in the eastern part of Anatolia and moved westward. Later, the fault reached the Marmara Sea about 200,000 years ago. Despite the shear-related movement in a relatively wide area that began in the late Miocene, the fault zone has a diverse geomorphological structure, is seismically active and currently represents one of the largest and most active shear faults in the world, in which a whole group of faults with a magnitude of up to 8.0 points on the moment magnitude scale is formed. Since the 17th century, the fault zone has demonstrated cyclical behavior. Cycles of large earthquakes lasting a century began in the east and continued in the west. Although the records for earlier periods are less clear, active seismicity could still be observed during this time period. The earthquake record of the 20th century has been interpreted as meaning that each earthquake concentrates stress on the western extremities of the rupture areas, leading to a migration of stronger earthquakes to the west. The earthquakes of August 17 and November 12, 1999 concentrated stress on the marble segment of the fault, and therefore another major earthquake of magnitude 7.6 or more is expected in this segment in the next half-century with a probability of 50%. Currently, stress deformation of rocks in the Marmara Sea area is asymmetrical. This is due to the geology of the region, and it is believed that this applies to most of the North Anatolian Fault Zone. The length of the crack caused by the earthquake was 150 kilometers, stretching from the city of Duzzi towards the Sea of Marmara. As a result of the earthquake, a tsunami appeared in the Sea of Marmara. The wave height reached 3 meters. Destruction was also recorded in Istanbul. As noted above, in general, the Republic of Turkey is located in a region where earthquakes are frequent. However, studies and experts say that severe consequences can be avoided by taking appropriate measures. Earlier, building codes and regulations were tightened in the country in 2004. The government passed a law according to which all new construction must meet modern standards of earthquake resistance, and later Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan even made durable construction a political priority. This happened, among other things, after the earthquake on the Aegean coast in 2020, which killed 114 people. However, according to experts, the construction law is still not properly enforced in the country, judging by the experts' conclusions. The construction of buildings in the earthquake-prone area, where the latest tragic events took place, was inadequate, and the quality of the structures is extremely vulnerable to earthquakes. The Minister of Justice of the Republic of Turkey, Bekir Bozdağ, said that all responsible persons, whose negligence could have led to the collapse of buildings in Turkey, will be punished. According to the latest data, the country's authorities have issued arrest warrants for 113 people due to the collapse of buildings during the earthquakes.